This video is brought to you by Xiaomi. What's going on, everyone? I'm back with another video, and today we're doing a first impressions video of the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro. This is one of the three new phones of their 10T lineup. There's the 10T Lite, the 10T, and then the 10T Pro, which is this one that we're checking out. Now, I've only had this phone for a couple days now, so this isn't gonna be a full review of any sort, just a first impressions. But I will plan on doing a full review after I've got some more hands-on time with the phone. But for now, let's just get straight into it. Of course, we've got the unboxing, and it's a really nice unboxing experience. Right on the box it says we've got a 108 megapixel camera. Wow. And it appears that the phone is 5G capable. Underneath the lid we've got the paperwork box with a SIM card tool, and of course the paperwork is a warranty card and a user guide. There's a USB-C to 3.5mm dongle, which immediately tells me that there's no headphone jack. But it's good that they included the dongle anyway. Even if it doesn't have a headphone jack, it's nice to have a dongle included. There's a plastic case, which is a nice inclusion. Even if it isn't the prettiest thing, it doesn't matter if it works and is free. That's money you're saving on a case. Then, of course, there's the phone itself, which is super hefty. Actually, surprisingly hefty, especially compared to my Google Pixel XL. Then there's a USB-C to USB-A charging cable and a 33-watt charger, which is absolutely massive, just like the phone. Although it's not a US plug, but that's not a big deal for me. Moving into the build, let's talk about the phone itself. This is the Cosmic Black version. There's also Lunar Silver and Aurora Blue. But I just gotta say that this thing is absolutely massive. In fact, I can take my Pixel XL and fit the entire Pixel XL inside of the screen of this phone. That is absolutely insane. The frame of the phone is this nice reflective aluminum here, and the front and the back are Gorilla Glass 5, so you're not gonna be too worried about it getting scratched up. But because it is glass, it is a fingerprint magnet. If you couldn't already tell by looking at this footage here. On the back we've got logos, 5G, which reminds you that the phone is 5G capable. But the most important thing about the back of this phone is you've always got a mirror, because this thing is so shiny and reflective. I mean, look at that. You can see the camera in the back of the phone. This phone is a good looking phone. You can definitely see and feel how premium it is for a flagship. On the front, we've got the front facing selfie camera, which is a hole punch camera in the top left of the screen. And on the back, we've got a thumb-sized camera module. And I say thumb-sized because, well, this is literally the size of my thumb. It's absolutely massive, but we'll talk more about the cameras in just a little bit. On the bottom of the phone, we have, of course, a USB-C port, and next to that is a speaker grill. On the side here, we've got a volume rocker, which is fairly tactile and clicky, and then the fingerprint scanner, which also serves as the unlock and the power button, which is also clicky as well. Like I said before, there is no headphone jack on the phone, but they do include the dongle in the box, so there's that. Now let's move into the specs, starting with audio. This thing has stereo speakers. One, as previously mentioned, is a speaker grill down at the bottom, and the other is the earpiece at the top here, which is great. Personally, I would have preferred dual front-facing speakers, but anything is better than a single bottom-firing speaker. I'm sick of daydreaming, I just want the feeling of you in my bed. As for the cameras, the front-facing selfie camera is 20 megapixels, which is pretty good for a front-facing camera. And on the back, we've got the 3-camera array with a 13 megapixel ultra-wide, a 5 megapixel macro, and a 108 megapixel main primary camera that can also shoot up to 8K 30 frames a second, which is absolutely insane, and I can't wait to really test it out to see how well it performs. The battery on this phone is a whopping 5,000 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is, just like everything else about this phone, absolutely massive. Bigger than most other companies, so it should last you a good amount of time on a single charge. This phone doesn't have wireless charging, but it does use the 33-watt fast charger to, well, charge it really, really fast. In fact, I went from 9% after opening the box to almost full in like an hour. That's how fast that fast charger is. I don't know how many more times I can say fast, but it is fast. I still have to test the battery capacity of the phone, but slowly I'm trying to transition it into my daily driver. And even with that, unplugging at 9:45 p.m. on Saturday night at 100%, it is now 5:29 p.m. on Monday as I record this video, and I'm only at 51%. And that's testing it out, playing games, using it for YouTube and all that other stuff. So far, I'm really happy with this. I'll have to wait and see how well it really performs in the full review, but I'm happy with it, even if it does come at the expense of additional weight on the phone. Let's talk about the absolute craziest part about this phone, the display. It's Gorilla Glass 5, which means that it won't scratch too easily, and it's a 6.67 inch 2400 by 1080 20 by 9 aspect ratio screen. This screen is huge. It takes up basically the entire phone itself with minimal bezels. In fact, it does have the tiniest bezel on the chin of the phone, but even then, it's not that big. All of this with a refresh rate of 144 Hertz. Now, if you're not a gamer or a phone enthusiast, then you probably don't know what 144 Hertz is, or higher refresh rate, or even the benefits of it. So really quickly broken down, a refresh rate of 144 Hertz means that your screen is refreshing faster, 144 times within a second. This works in conjunction with frame rates to even out and provide you the most smooth experience. Most screens and monitors are 60 Hertz, which means they can only refresh 60 times a second. A higher refresh rate means that when you're staring at it with your human eye and you see it, it looks and appears smoother. It's kind of hard to describe in a video, but if you get your hands on a 144 Hertz monitor, then you'll really see the difference between that and 60 Hertz. Most screens and monitors are just 60 Hertz, and a higher refresh rate means that it appears smoother to your eye. Honestly, it's really hard to showcase any higher refresh rates in a video, but once you get your hands on one and see it in person, you'll really see the difference. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not much of a mobile gamer. The most I've played would probably be Marvel Strike Force or Mini Metro. Both of those aren't the most demanding graphical games. But if you know me, then you know that I am an avid gamer and I spend a lot of time playing games, especially on my Twitch channel, so if you want to check that out. But as an avid gamer, I'll tell you that having a 144 Hertz monitor changes everything and makes it feel just so buttery smooth. Breaking out of 60 Hertz is a literal game changer. I almost feel like I can see more things that are happening in the game. I don't know how to describe it, but it just makes me feel like I can play better. Knowing how amazing gaming with a 144 Hertz monitor is on a PC, it shouldn't be any different and should just transfer over to playing games on mobile as well. Hell, you know what? Even if you're not a mobile gamer and you're just scrolling through your Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever social media feeds you have, it just feels so different at 144 Hertz. Everything just feels so much smoother. That's really the best way of putting it. And if you're more of a mobile gamer than I am, then you're really gonna benefit from the higher refresh rate. There's also 90 Hertz and 60 Hertz options if you wanna use those, which apparently help save the battery, but this battery is huge anyway, so it's not like that makes a difference. All of this is powered by a Snapdragon 865 octa-core CPU with up to 2.84 gigahertz of processing power. And you've also got an Adreno 650 GPU to help you with all that mobile gaming. The operating system is MIUI 12, which is based on Android 10. It doesn't seem too different based on my Android experience with stock on Google Pixel XL, but there's a few little customizable things here and there that I'll have to check out in the review, and we'll check out all the little intricacies in that video. The 10T Pro doesn't have expandable storage, but the two options it does have are 128 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes, which are more than most people are actually gonna need. But either option you choose, 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes, either one is gonna give you 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty substantial. So far, my first impressions of the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro have been positive. I've really liked what they have to offer and they have put into this phone, from the camera to the battery to the display, and I really just can't wait to dive in and get my hands on even more and do a full review on it later. But so far, I'm really happy with it. Let me know down in the comments below what you want me to test about the phone or what you want to know more about the phone, and I'll be sure to try to include those in the review video, which hopefully you guys are subscribed to this channel, and if you're not, make sure you are to stay tuned for when that review video drops. Anyway, shout out to my patron Oki, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.